Hello and welcome to episode 18 of the Inner Miami Show. My name is Brandon Griffin, and with me, as always, is Mike. Better start betting on CCC games, Longan. How are you, my man?
I am excited, guys. This is Pi Day, and I don't know how many dorky Pi Day aficionados we have out there. But I was grabbing the jersey for tonight. I'm like, what is a Pi Day jersey? And I thought of Captain America. So I went with the American, the I think it was a USA
Right?
July 4th type jersey to celebrate America, Captain America and pie. I ate some pizza, I ate some key lime, some cherry, some apple. I am full of pie and ready to really get into this tonight. I think we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, Mike is definitely working on fitting into his next jersey.
I yeah. I was
I
talking to my
gained
wife
three
today.
pounds just listening to you describe all the pies you just ate.
I was talking to my wife today, and I was mentioning the fact that a lot of my old Pi Day shirts don't fit anymore. So apparently, I celebrate this holiday year round lately, and yeah, it's been going in the wrong direction.
Oh, yeah. But you're right. We have a lot to get into today. We're gonna switch up our order a little bit because Mike has some pretty strong feelings on a topic this week, and we'll jump into our season ticket holder news first. Normally, we do transfers and then hop into this, but I think it's important that we make sure we give this enough time and attention. So, Mike, why don't you take it away?
Yeah, I was hopefully some. So I don't know if some of our guests will jump in today or viewers. So today, so funny enough, we started putting the script together this morning, and I'm like, kind of want to get into this ticket holder and the stadium was like yesterday, and then about 4 o'clock this afternoon, Inter Miami sends out an email. CCC's coming, quarterfinals, pre-sale tomorrow. Here's your what we assume is a generic code, so no right of first refusal, and yeah, you'll be able to buy tickets. And I was already worked up kind of coming into this, and I wanted to get into a discussion a little bit. And then that kind of set me off. I think it set a lot of people off. There was a lot of discourse in Twitter today. Uh,
Yep.
I know Danny from Battered Herons was going. We were picking up a lot of stuff. Solana jumped on. I was hoping they both jump on the show today, get in the guest viewer, the comments.
Just got off a show with Danny, so
All
he
right, so
said he would
maybe
try
he'll
to
jump
stop
over.
by in the comments, but
So
yeah,
let's start with a couple things. So I did talk to the club. I reached out to some contacts there. So what I'm being told, let's start with facts, or well, facts, air quotes, because this is what I'm being told. First off, we're being told that CONCACAF won't let us do right of first refusal. Now, what's weird is that Nashville got this. And so again, this is what I'm being told, that it's club by club. It's whatever deals were worked out behind the scenes. Blah blah blah. I am being told we're getting for Leagues Cup, so I guess that's good. But yeah, that's
can
what
I
we're
just
told.
say that I think that is bullshit.
Of
And
course,
the
it's
reason
bullshit.
I think it's bullshit
I can't
is
recall.
you remember when we were upset about the pricing of Leagues Cup after Messi came and the club just said, "Oh, it's Leagues Cup. We don't decide pricing." That's this team's MO is to
I'm
push
only
buck.
I'm only for
I'm
now.
not I know. I am not saying that you are agreeing with this, but I'm just saying.
I'm only reiterating what I was told.
I
And
know.
so what I was told was this is CONCACAF, and I think it's bullshit as well. Or let me
No.
say this: I think if one or two, it's bullshit, or there was an exchange of monetary value that made it more valuable for the club not to do this, which is another possibility. Like you can just do generic pre-sales, which generic pre-sales probably makes more money if you just open it up to everyone because it's kind of capitalism at its finest. Or you can do something with right of first refusal. So either way around, we're not getting it.
Yep.
And that's got us into a very interesting conversation with
You're
me and a
looking
number of
at
people.
one, Joe.
Yeah, I well, no, I'm not going to
Oh,
be
this
pre.
way.
Just to be clear, Joe is my accountability buddy, and he's not going to let me do pre-sale this month. But this got into a conversation which I wanted to get into, which is let's talk about as a fan our reality, which is we can't do anything about this, and not going to a game, in my opinion. And Branton, we haven't discussed this. We kind of kept this back where I wanted to go with this. It means nothing beyond you're screwing yourself. And what I mean by that, so yesterday, the team announced 18,000 people were there. By halftime, my personal opinion was that was a fact. When we first got there, it was empty. I'm texting people I know in the club. I'm like, you guys said like we're gonna have 20,000 people. So people, it's half empty. And everyone, they kept like messaging back, go to gate 1. It's insane. People are getting here late. Give it time. I'm like, you guys are nuts. By halftime, it was true. Like it was a very full feeling stadium. And when you say 8,000,
I do want to point out that I did see pictures from the east stand looking at the west stand. And while your section was very full, the other end towards
I saw that,
Mr.
but
Joe's VIP
so
area was pretty sparse. So
I'm not going to disagree with that because I want to describe it. So 18,000 a year ago today was a full stadium. 18,000 now is 80% capacity. That means 5,000 people aren't in the stands, which I mean, think this is why I think it's all true, which is from my view, looking towards the east side, looking north and south, except for south, I think it's 127, which is the away section. They were all very full. So if you tell me west 132 to 130 were fairly empty, plus that, I believe 5,000 people weren't there. So I believe in the number 18,000. What I want all of our viewers and listeners to think about, yeah, we'll get that in a second. If you want all the listeners to think about, 18,000 a year ago was a full stadium. All the club has done to get from 18,000 to I think we're at 22,000 now, give or take, is put in a bunch of half-assed, pre-owned F1 seats that probably cost the club $10,000. I'm making this number up, but it wasn't a lot. And so a year ago, when Nashville came for USOC, they had maybe 10 or 11,000 people in the stands. Maybe. That might have been the reported number. The actual number was probably lower. For essentially what's the same match, because the majority of our fans don't know the difference between CONCACAF Champions Cup and USOC, and like it's just a chance to see Messi. Now they got a full house, which is at a price tag that's probably twice what we got for USOC last year.
There he is.
No, and Danny, I'm not saying about the US Open Cup. I'm just saying the majority of people don't know the difference between these cups, right? These are chances to see Messi.
Danny is just using that as a chance to take a
shot. I know he is, but I'm hoping he understands. Like, I'm not trying to make this a USOC versus CONCACAF conversation. It's they got twice the price for the tickets for a full stadium. They won. They got everything they wanted. And Branton, you not going, Danny not going, Joe not going, Adrian not going. They don't care.
Joe was there.
Joe was there, to be fair. I was hanging out with him. And Adrian might have been, because I don't know if Adrian went or not. But they don't care that we don't come because there's another person that's going to fill a seat to get them into that 15 to 18,000 range at twice the price we paid previously. Like, the only person you're screwing by not going is yourself by not seeing a game. And I'm sorry to say this, and I know people can rip me apart and go, "Oh, Mike, you're hurting what we're trying to do." Guys, I'm being honest. At this point in time, with Messi still being fairly new and people wanting to see him, if you choose not to go game, that is on you. But don't make this that you're going to change the world. Right now, you're not. Right now, you're only holding against. You're only taking away for yourself and holding a moral standpoint.
Okay, but on the flip side of that coin, if you're going to buy the tickets, you don't get to complain.
I disagree. I get to complain all I want. I have a show and everything to complain on. Yeah, I do.
No, you don't get to complain if you're fine paying the price. You don't get to complain. I will not be going to these games because I'm not going to pay that price.
So my next game, I'm committed to pay less. I'm going to a lesser seat. So now I'm paying less.
Doesn't matter. You don't get to complain because you're paying you're paying the inflated prices.
I can still be upset.
No.
I 100% disagree with you on this standpoint.
You cannot.
I'm still
because Mike, the reason you can't be upset about this is because you have gone from you were angry on Twitter to now we're talking in person. You're ready to just fork over your money.
No, this is the same thing. If you go look at if you go on my Twitter feed,
you're being upset.
I'm repeating exactly what I said. I'm repeating exactly what I said on Twitter.
You're being upset because that's what you think is popular.
No, I'm venting. I am upset. I'm venting. Hold on. Can I finish?
Go ahead.
You can keep on saying I'm upset. I am clearly upset, but I'm also recognizing there's nothing I can do in this mess. I can either choose not to go which would upset me more because I want to go to the game. I want to support my team. I want to be there when Robbie Taylor scores, Noah Allen does something good, Sergei Kristoff has a fantastic defensive moment, which I was texting you from the game. Like, that was amazing.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
want to be there for it. And I'm going to be there to support my team. It's a choice I'm making. I'm also recognizing if I don't go, nothing's going to change. So can I spend less on it? Yes, I can. Can I do what I can to now put this somewhat more in my control? I can. But I still think, like, this is the reality for everyone who's staying home. It's not going to matter. And you know, Danny goes, we're calling him Danny. Battered Herons, and Near My Podcast, which is our friend Danny, goes, if season ticket holders get together and decide not to go, then something happens. No, it doesn't. Because they're not going to all stop going. That's not a reality. We don't have an organization at this point to do that.
I disagree very strongly with you.
But none of you,
they can see how much their pre-sale is doing for season ticket holders. And if enough season ticket holders say, we're not going, we don't have to organize. We don't need a group to do this. If enough season ticket holders just say, hey, I'm not paying that money and I'm not going to go, and they don't go, the team is going to see that they're pushing out
I'm selling my season ticket holders for 4 times what I paid for it right now. There's another person coming right behind me that's willing to go.
Right.
For 4 times the price.
But what you're not understanding in this argument is that the team is not stupid. They know that they need to do things for season ticket holders to keep us, because we're the diehards. If they run us out of this team, you know what they're going to become? When they move into MFP, they're going to be the Miami Marlins.
Here's the problem.
That's what's going to happen.
The team is showing.
And it's going to happen because I'll tell you right now, because of the shit they're doing with the pricing, they're pricing us out. And then with all the other shit they're doing and not giving us and telling us they're going to give us, you think I'm going to drive my ass down to MFP every game for a game? No.
So here's the problem. Your argument is valid, except there's no proof to it. Can you put up the slide you have sitting there? So our friend Joe Gallego, man, it is really freaking tiny. I don't know if I can see it on my screen. He went through all the things we have not gotten as season ticket holders to date. We haven't gotten, man, this is super tiny. We haven't gotten membership cards. We haven't gotten a preseason football fiesta. We haven't gotten, oh my God, my eyes are not this good. First right of refusal for any of these matches. Complimentary tickets to IMCF 2 games, which you can make an argument maybe next week we do, but we know nothing about it. Access to merch madness. Season ticket member appreciation gift, anything about it. And I can't remember what's the last. Oh, season ticket holder watch party. So let's be clear. Beyond giving
too?
Did I miss pub crawl?
Yeah, the 2024 preseason pub crawl.
It's really tiny on my screen. Beyond a significant discount for season tickets compared to new sales and actual value, we haven't gotten anything yet. So I understand the point you're making, Branton, that the club is going to be screwed when they realize they forgot all of us. But let's be clear right now, they are not showing anything to show they care about us at all.
And that's fine, because, and I'm telling you, I MFP is going to come and I probably won't be there. I get it if things continue this rate, because it's not worth it for me. And for the people that drive up from Miami, like Danny does and things like that, I can't believe that the team is treating people like this. How many promises have they already broken? Have they already broken? And then, like, I could go and I could afford to go to these games. I'm not going to. I'm not going to give them my money.
I understand. And my point isn't that this isn't right. Like, I agree it's not right. This is why I get to be angry. But I am at a point right now where I can be angry and not also do what I want to support our boys. Or I can say, I'm going to suck up my anger. I'm going to vent. I'm going to use the pulpit, which I now have, to make these comments. But yeah, I'm going to be honest. I'm also going to pay to go to the games.
Yeah.
And so I disagree with your statement that you can't have it both ways. I understand that. I do. And I understand. I think Danny's the same way. He's going to disagree. But I recognize I can have a choice. Like, right.
But you have to see the hypocrisy in this, right?
Listen, I got in trouble with the club because I went as far as the press, like national level press, about my comments. So,
well,
at the end of the day, I do believe, and this is, if anyone from the club is listening, this is a statement that's going to get me in trouble. They don't care if you don't show up. They do care about bad press. And so if people really want to make a stink, the IMCF Travelers, me and the Guardian, that's what's going to probably end up causing the biggest issues, because not going to the games, they don't care. And we've seen that up and down, left to right, that there's somebody else willing to take your seats. So the only
That's
one,
fine.
but the only one
That's
you're hurting
fine.
is yourself.
Somebody else
And
can pay.
I can make an argument you're hurting yourself and you're hurting our players by not going.
We're not hurting our players, first of all.
I think you are.
Second of all, no. You think the players look up and say, "Oh, there's Branton." Oh,
no, but I think they know. I think the people that aren't named Messi, Busquets, Suarez, they aren't getting the cheers they can get if people stop going.
Well, I think that's you know what? They should tell their employer and say, "Hey," or they should say, "I don't want to play in Miami. Go play somewhere else."
They don't have a choice.
Because you know
these
what?
guys are under multi-year contracts.
Because I hate to tell you this, but the game day experience is shit. Like, let's be honest. Like, I go down there and I have to pay all this money for food. I have to fight people who are standing in, not literally fight, but I have to push people out of the way to get up and down the stairs to the north stand because nobody's policing that. And then by the time I get my beer back up there that I just paid $30 for, it's half empty because I've had to push people out of the way.
Three things.
I would rather watch a game from home, and it's not hurting me to watch a game from home. I don't care.
Three things. This. First off, you can come to me and I'll get you free beer. I've always told you this. Just come get it.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Second, Adrian, I'm going to comment. Adrian goes, what player on one left on the culture? He's like, no. Drake, Noah, Kramaski, Sergey, Robbie Taylor. Taylor maybe because he's getting national. The majority of our team are still the original Inter Miami guys to this day. And so those are the ones we need to be cheering. And it was awesome, by the way. What?
The majority.
Yeah.
No.
Not like day one guys, but the past 3 years were here before Messi got here. Those are the guys I'm talking about.
The majority of the team.
If you look at our 28-man roster, yeah. Thanks, 28 guys. 20. We have 28 spots. The majority of them are not named Messi, Alba, Busquets, Suarez, Gressel.
But then Redondo. You have to bring in Gomez, Farias, all half the U23s. You got
half the team, maybe.
That's not the majority of the team.
That's fair.
Not. Yeah,
but there's still a lot of players there that we supported from day one, and people want to remember them.
And that's fine. I'll remember them. I'll save the money from going to these games that are overpriced. I will buy a Noah Allen jersey and I'll wear it during my season because I have my season tickets. I wear it to those games.
I disagree.
But I'm not going to go because those players they don't care that I'm personally there. They care that fans are there, sure, but it doesn't hurt them if I'm not there.
You know what? I've always been the glass is half full about the players caring and going all the way back to our many arguments about if a rivalry game the players care about.
I'm not saying that they don't care. They don't want to play in an empty stadium, but just like you said, because you're willing to just fork over your money right when they say drop your drawers,
which I'm not. Hold on, I am agreeing that I'm not pre-selling. I'm not gonna. I can't. Guy. Okay, so this goes back to I lost a shit ton of money on doing the pre-sale last time. At the end of the day, I am a married man. My wife will not let me do the pre-sale. So whether I want to do it or not, I ain't doing it. So I will not be buying tickets tomorrow during the pre-sale. There's no way, not happening. Just purely because a divorce is more expensive than Inter Miami tickets still. It's getting close. Maybe last year, a divorce.
I don't know if it's that far apart anymore.
There may not be, but it's still a divorce is still, when I factor in attorney costs, it's still more expensive. Mm-hmm. And anyone who knows my wife knows that I'm definitely not winning the divorce. So I'll be left with.
I would 100% be a witness against you.
You know what the worst part is? She'd take my tickets. I'd not only lose the divorce, she would take my Inter Miami tickets just to fucking spite me.
And she would just leave them empty.
Yeah. She'd leave the flag there sitting by itself just as a fuck you. And by the way, let's be clear. Anyone who knows me knows I love my wife more than anything in the world. And I have the most amazing marriage and I'm super, she can hear me.
We can make super lucky to have this because it's
it's not an issue at all. I would be so fucked. But yeah,
apparently Adrian, he is going to be not in his normal.
I won't. I can't. Guys, I'm gonna be
Mid-club
I
lounge?
paid $400 per seat for yesterday. $400. They sold 2 weeks ago for $220. And I know, listen, anyone's going, that's insane. You spend that much money. Fine, I get it. Regardless if you'd spend that money or not, when you find out your tickets went for half the price from the club, you can't do that again. And so I am angry. And so am I willing not to not go to the presale because that's a lot of money? At the end of the day, even Branton, you're going to admit $600 lost is a lot of money. That's enough for another set of like 2 separate games. So no, I'm not doing the presale. Like I can't.
It is. And if that happened to me, you know what I would do? I'd say I'm not buying anything outside of my season tickets because I know what that price is.
And let me ask you a question. We get the CCC finals at home. You're not going to buy any tickets?
Nope.
You're going to hold fast?
Mm-hmm. It's just like Leagues Cup. I don't know if I've said it on the show, actually. I will not buy a Leagues Cup shirt or
last
ticket.
Last year you said you talked to your wife and you said she agreed you could go to the MLS Cup final. Even no matter how much we'd already been screwed, you were already willing to admit you'd go to MLS Cup final if we got in. I'm calling you out here. Yeah. Leagues Cup is different because of the US Open Cup.
Right. But
hold fast.
It's the same money grab. And at this point, like I'm at a point where I'm not gonna pay it.
Right. We all have a list. Like we all have the moment where we're actually gonna step up. Like, oh, MLS Cup final.
None of us are saying that it's not, Ash.
Yeah,
CCC is absolutely legit, and to me, that's the biggest trophy we're after this year.
Yeah, I'm not. That's not the argument.
Agreement.
The argument is kind of like, argument. Where's your moral line close?
This isn't so much a moral thing for me. This is I'm just tired of getting screwed. And I feel like no matter what you do, you buy the presale. Like presale goes up tomorrow. You could buy the presale for $200, let's say. And then those same seats are either going to go for 400 or they're going to go for 100. Either way, after the presale, you're fucked.
No, but see, I'm going to try to play. I'm going to steal something that someone said to me. I'm trying to play Robin Hood here, which is I'm going to get them at the dip. Listen, I'm going to go to the game.
Well,
I'm admitting it. I'm going to go, whether it's within a supporters group or not. I'm going to the game. I'm just not paying. I'm not giving the club $1,200. I'm going to give them $100. They lost $1,100 on me, but that's my moral line.
But I think if Monterey makes it, I think those tickets go way up. The prices are going to go up.
Well, but at the end of the day, you and I both know there are ways to get in that.
Monterey just scored.
Did they? I think it's going to be Monterey too.
Yeah, but they're already up 1-0 on aggregate.
We're going to see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. But like I said, I'm not going to go.
You and I can agree to disagree. I can still be, in my opinion, I am willing to go to the show. I'm willing to do it. I'm just going to spend less. They're going to take less of the money out of my pocket. That is going to be my limit. But I'm not willing to say I'm just not going to go because I know I am. Because I also don't think it matters. They don't care. I'm not going to take away something that I enjoy.
The thing is it might not matter right now. It might not matter to them today. But if you make the decision, you say, I'm not going to go to this game and I'm not going to give them my money and I'm not going to spend that money. The next time that this happens, you're more likely to say, I'm not going to spend this money. And then you're not going to. And then when all the plastic fans leave after Messi, then the team will realize what they've done. So by not doing anything, if you feel so strongly about it, like I feel strongly about this, I don't care if I don't see the team lift the CCC trophy in person because I'm not going to pay the price, and it's fine. I don't care,
and that's
but that's how strongly I feel about. I'm tired of being screwed.
I get it.
So, but you don't. Don't get it. You don't.
I disagree. I just accept there's a difference of opinion.
You don't
think that's true. I'm accepting that. No, I'm respecting you on this. I'm not telling you that.
You're telling me that my choice won't make a difference when
I am.
You will. It
because
might not make a difference right now.
I respect your
opinion.
Make
a difference tomorrow, but it'll make a difference.
Here's the thing. I think the Moss brothers are smart enough to know exactly what they're doing.
I don't think so.
I
think the Moss brothers are milking this for all they're worth. They're going to sell the team right before Messi leaves, and then it's going to be the next owner's problem.
100% agree with that statement. I do, which is why I don't think it matters. Knowing that, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but it doesn't mean I have to give any more of my hard-earned money to them.
That's fine. And like to say, you're not giving any money. I am giving 10% of what I was originally giving. I'm still giving something. I mean, to be fair,
you're estimating that you're going to give 10%.
right? But
you don't know.
But you still gave them extra money this year. Go put on your pink hat.
Season tickets, yeah.
Yeah, but you also bought a pink hat. You bought a pink jersey. Right. Every single thing you've bought on top of that is extra money you've given to the club. You're doing it in different ways, but you're still giving them extra money on top of your season tickets.
Okay.
So we're both doing it. It's just we're doing it in different ways.
I don't know. You're being upset about ticket prices, but then willing to pay the ticket prices.
You're being upset about
ticket prices. I'm upset about the ticket price. I'm not paying the ticket price.
You're okay, but you're like, I'm not paying the ticket price, but I'm giving the money this way.
I've also not bought anything since they've screwed us.
You bought a hat too. The CCC tickets went on sale before you bought that hat. Sorry to tell you.
I didn't buy CCC tickets.
But you bought the hat afterwards.
All right. So
you want me to go? Hat. And I bought the same hat.
All out right now.
I love no, it's too late. That's like reselling. That's like reselling your he's taking off the hat.
There we go.
All right. But that's like the point that Danny just made the comment. I don't know where I can pull up Danny there. Buy off resale. Oh, I hit it. He was showing it. Danny's making up. Once you bought it off the reseller, it doesn't matter anymore. So you've sold that. You've made them the money. So I'm just saying, my personal opinion is, if you choose not to go, that's on you. But there's a reality of, to your point, the Moss brothers don't care. They are all doing is, so now the only person you're really screwing is the Moss brothers making a little extra profit, questionable, but then maybe, and your ability to go see that team in person. And to me, my personal opinion, which is different than Branton's, different than Joe Curse, I'm not going to use his real name because he gets mad about it, different than Danny, different than Solana or Ash, all of us have a different level of what's the importance of seeing that match in person. And I respect everyone's opinion, but part of my opinion is just being honest and saying they don't care. So it's your own moralistic standpoint of where is your line. And we all have a line. We all do. And I respect it. And I'm never going to make you go to a game. And I'll never even say, hey, I'll buy you a free ticket. Come with me. But that's my opinion. It doesn't matter. So it's really up to your choice of whether you want to go or not. Is your silence mean we're moving on?
My silence means that it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
It's
sad, right? At the end of the day, it's sad. Like, we're at a point with this club where the club is doing stuff, and as a fan, it's really hard to support.
What's even sadder is, when this team first started, I was like, this is going to be my team. Like, I didn't think that it would ever replace Liverpool, but I thought, okay, maybe it could be like a close second to Liverpool. But the more and more the team does shit like this, it really makes me, I don't want to say regret being a fan of this team, but it really makes me want to examine it and determine, like, is this worth it to me anymore? Because, like, in good faith, I'll be transparent, I added a season ticket because I had so many friends and family saying, oh, I want to go to a game. I want to go to a game. I got tired of buying resale. I added an extra ticket. And, I was like, well, hopefully we get like a season ticket holder gift this year. That's not a cardboard box. Hopefully we get something else. And the team said, oh, we're going to do this. We're going to do Merch Madness. You're going to get player meet and greets. You're going to get this. You're going to get that. And we're not even a quarter of the way into the season. And I feel like a quarter of the promises that they've already made have already passed.
I think it's more than a quarter. And listen, I agree with you. As much as we know I'm willing to throw money at this, you know where I want to move, right? Like, it's no secret. I want to move to Orlando. I've talked about it for years.
Don't go further than that.
No, but let's I'm going to have an honest conversation because I feel exactly like you do. When I met my wife in 2006, I said to her, one day Miami is going to get an MLS soccer team. And on that day, we're going to become season ticket holders. And on that day, this will be a part of life. I can pull her in the room right now and she'll tell you that story. I have waited for this team. I didn't become an Orlando fan. I didn't become an Atlanta fan. I waited, and we got it. And I was so excited. My season ticket holder number is 192. Like, I know one person that has a lower number than me. Like, I'm told that the lowest number you could get as a fan that wasn't family was 150. Like, I have a little. I got in as soon as I could. I plopped on my credit card. I've upgraded and upgraded and upgraded. Like, I've done what I could. I have helped start a season ticket holder group. I've built this show, this club. I have seriously considered putting a tattoo on my back of the Herons, right? Because I want to live and breathe this team. You and I were talking 3 months ago, right? Like, I'm like, at this rate, if I move to Orlando, would I stay a fan? I struggle with that statement at this point in my time because I do agree with you that they haven't done stuff to hold me as a fan.
Yeah.
Like, they're totally reliant on me choosing this. They're not actually doing anything to keep me a fan. And it's only gotten worse day by day. And today was another day it got worse. So I do understand. Like, this is what I'm saying. You said I don't understand. I absolutely understand.
And there's more competition coming into the market too. Like,
Inter Miami, by the way, hands down. Chelsea's second Inter Miami at this point currently.
Yeah. But Fort Lauderdale United FC, the women's USL team, is starting in August. They've already got season ticket holder deposits. You can put down their $25 a ticket. I already signed up.
Listen, you could make a really strong argument.
100% chance that there's a very good chance, I should say 100%, but there's a good chance when we move to MFP, if we keep getting treated like this and the team doesn't take care of us, and I'm not asking for extras, I'm just asking for what's in the agreement. And if you can't do it, send us an email, say, hey, the fan appreciation preseason thing, we just couldn't make it work. We're going to reschedule it for later in the season. Communicate with us. And I understand that shit happens.
So I'm going to go a level above that. I want to be treated like other teams. I don't know if you've ever seen the Atlanta United season ticket holder boxes. Whiskey glasses. They got Atlanta United. They were knockoff headphones.
They got to pick.
Shitty. Like, they've got some great stuff. And I'm going to throw this out there. So I recognize I buy seats different than you, right? Like, we all know I'm in Premium West. You could make a really easy argument for me. If I bought season tickets for Orlando and paid for Brightline, it would still be cheaper than me paying for Inter Miami. Like, going up and Atlanta United with Delta tickets is probably not that far off either. Delta came up pretty cheap when you do it a lot. But I'm just saying, like,
but that's more of a hassle.
It is, but like, you understand the point though, right? Like, the value we're getting and I know there's someone's going to listen and go, but guys, you have Messi, that's the greatest player of all time. He is, and he is magical to watch.
It's true, yeah.
But at some point, it's still a soccer game, and I'm not paying. Someone there's a Twitter. I don't know if it was someone on here's Twitter feed, but someone made the point like that. It's Messi, and no one cares about it's Messi. Like, no, I care about Inter Miami. And I would go to the game. I went to the games before we had Messi, and I'm going to go to the games after we have Messi. I'm going to watch Inter Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to be treated as a fan of Inter Miami. And I'm frustrated. So just so you know, I'm sorry. I get to be, even if I'm willing to pay the money, I still get to be angry about it, and I get to vent, and I get frustrated. And that's where I am today. I am very frustrated because yet again today, a promise was broken. Yet again today, I'm reminded that I am just a number to this team, and I'm one of the numbers they don't care about. Yeah. I'm not one of the new numbers they do care about. The new numbers they just want Messi fans. I'm a number that they don't care about. I'm an Inter Miami fan.
But let's be fair here. Inter Miami doesn't care about the new fans. It's not that they're doing anything better to get the new fans. They're not treating them any better. They just know that they're suckers. You think that they're treating the new fans better?
No. I know. And that's not what I say. I disagree because I think they care about the one time. So I'm going to go to Disney World for real quick. This is going to be just listen to this metaphor and you can tell me I'm wrong when I get off done with it. Disney's made it clear they care less about annual pass holders and more about single person pass holders, like single day fee. Like, they want someone to come for a day or a week, and they know that person's going to spend more money in concessions, spend more money on gear, spend more money on the ticket. And so Disney has actually come out and said, we care less about annual pass holders. They spend less, they do less, yada, yada. Inter Miami is doing the same thing. They care more about the person they can get a $500 ticket for, or even if I go to East Side, $200 ticket for, who's going to go to the store, wait in line an hour in the store, not tailgate at all. They're just going to come right in the stadium as soon as it opens, buy extra drink stuff, and get a higher percentage of that ticket value in extra cost than they do about me and you. That's the way. So I do think they care more about the Messi fan than they do about me, because they get more money. Maybe not from me, because everyone knows I spend like I'm just going out of style, which is why I'm in trouble with my wife.
Sorry,
Tracy.
Tracy.
Sorry, Tracy. But that's my point of they care about more that type of fan than they care about season ticket holder, because there's a bigger profit margin on them.
Yeah. So that's fair. Like they would. I don't know that they care more. They would rather have those fans than us. But they care about all fans the same. They just see us as cash cows for any of us.
Right. They just recognize some of us are going to give more cash than the
it's not like they're treating the new fans any better. So
no,
everybody's getting the same shit.
So,
and it's just it's
and so sorry, like I get to be frustrated. I get your argument that if I spend money I don't get to be frustrated. I just don't agree with that.
You can be frustrated until you spend the money. How about that?
No,
after you spend the money, then you have to be okay with it. Because giving the money is saying you're okay with it.
No, it's like going to see a hook. You're going to say, if you go bang a hooker, you shouldn't feel guilty. No, if I bang a hooker, I'm still going to feel guilty. I made the choice. I'm still going to feel guilty about it. I don't know why that's the metaphor came to me.
Different.
No, because Inter
Miami
kind of screws us, and I feel guilty when I'm done getting screwed by them.
Okay. All right. Well,
I went from Mickey Mouse. Okay, I gotta say, in about 45 seconds, I went from Mickey Mouse to hookers. Like I did that really quickly. Like it was a real fast transition.
Yeah, but Adrian, it's a much smaller contingent this year. They have a big tailgate set up in Yellow a lot, but I don't see many people there.
I think a big part of that is they've done so much to the North Stand. Like, so when the Messiah still first showed up, there was a lot less control over North Stand. There was still they had more room to spread out.
Didn't they start off in the South Stand?
I thought they started North Stand, but they were kicked out of North Stand, so they don't have that same visibility they used to.
But they have a very big trailer with a grill and stuff for their tailgates. And last time I walked by, and I get there early, so maybe they just hadn't gotten there yet, but there was a handful of guys on drums and maybe 20 people there. Whereas before, when I would get there early, there was 100 people there, all in their jerseys and stuff. So, I don't maybe at that point supporting a single player, but that's them. Let them do their thing.
It's crazy. I agree with you. I can't imagine supporting a single player, but there's enough loud people on social media that make me clear that a lot of people do it. And
I guess if you're gonna do it, it's
not the worst one to do.
It's messy. He's the greatest in the world. So, I can kind of get that, but I don't
I don't know who the dude is, but I like him. I agree with Mike. We should hear more of that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right, we're 40 minutes in.
We're going to skip.
I feel a little better. I feel a little better. Those two espresso, those quad espresso martinis.
If I'm being honest, I don't.
I need it, but again, I'm venting, right? I'm admitting I'm going to spend the money, not as much money. I admit it. I just need to get off my chest that I'm frustrated right now. And I've gotten in trouble with the club for being frustrated.
Until the club does anything and honor,
they're not gonna though.
I'll be fully transparent here. If the club was honoring everything they said they were going to do, and we had first right of refusal, would I go to these games? Probably. If I had my season ticket holder gift, if I had the preseason events or whatever, probably,
dude.
At least I feel valued.
I agree with you. I'm still sore about this money I spent on those tickets. If I got the email today after a win, which I say is the second biggest win in club history, after that win, I get an email this morning. We're giving you first right of refusal. I would have walked my happy ass to my wife and got on my hands and knees and begged, "Can I buy our normal seats? I don't know what they're cost. Please let me buy them." I would have, hands down. We all know me.
Yeah.
The lack of right of first refusal is what put me over the edge today. Because you knew, we talked about this earlier. I was kind of gearing up for a season ticket holder thing I wanted to talk about. But when the fighter, I started arguing with Danny. Apologies. Didn't really mean to get a huge argument with you, but I'm arguing with you. Solana's getting into it. Another guy I was arguing with. Like, I really was pissed about it. So yeah, I agree. Like, if they did a little, it's not hard. And
Yeah,
and I don't
all
even go
they
so
have to
far.
do is just make us feel like valued. And I
Yeah.
feel like we would be like even though the price is crazy, like I still feel like we would be like, all right, like at
Yeah.
least like the team's doing something for
And
us.
I have a decision now
Like,
myself to make, right? Like, do I want to do it? Do I not? This is the price it's going to go for. It's my decision now. Like, I don't know. I think I feel like we're actually kind of we're getting to agreements of maybe it's the severity is the difference, but we're tired of feeling like treated like shit.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. I just do I want to be there for big things? Sure. But I was there at the US Open Cup final. I have no problem spending for that. It just
Yeah, I want
do
to
what you say
be there
you're
for all
gonna
this.
do. And if
Yeah.
you can't do it, then tell us that. Like, you only know that they can't do it because somebody from the club told you that you knew.
Right,
But
which is
they haven't
and I
told
don't even know
anybody
it's true.
else.
And let me throw this out there. So the meet and greet, for whatever reason, the box of injured players was last night was underneath my seats. There's like 8 guys in there right now, which means the club could very easily this weekend, when on a away match, be like, "Hey, Sunday, all of our injured players," which means a Karmaski, a Frey, a Negri, a bunch of fairly good names could do it.
Well,
Spend,
they can't do it now because they said Messi's hurt.
yeah, well, okay. Well, but you get my point. Like,
But yeah.
well, you probably wouldn't say it's our injured player meet and greet, but either way, like,
Wouldn't it be cool, like, if they did, like, an away watch party like that? And they had, like, the injured players?
super cool. And
Easy
let's
win.
think again, the cost of the club. I was trying to think about this thing. Let's assume most security guards make $20 an hour. I don't know. I'm kind of guessing there. So you're telling me if it's 100 security guards, which you don't need that many. Let's call 50 security guards for that. It's $1,000 an hour.
If you
Run it
tell
for
them Suarez, Messi, and Alba is in there, you don't need that many.
right. So let's say we're doing 6 hours, $6,000. Your cost to run security is $6,000. Now your food vendors make more than they set, like automatically a profit. You don't even have to do the math. I know they're making profit. So you're saying for $6,000, you can't bring us all in the stadium and do something cool?
Throw the
It
game
costs
up
you
on
nothing.
the
Costs you nothing.
jumbotron, and
You'll make money on concessions alone, and
yeah,
concessions in the team shop. Throw in like, hey, it's free, but for an extra $10 a seat, you can sit even closer. You'll make money there because idiots like me will pay that money. Like,
yeah.
there's easy things you could do that they're just not doing, and that is fucking frustrating. Today, we're going to have to do this one explicit. I think I've cursed a few times. Like, it is frustrating.
I do them all as explicit, my friend.
Yeah, it's well, we're pretty good because TJ listens a lot, so I try not
Just
to
in
curse too
case.
much.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, we'll cover the transfer rumors another day. We'll skip those. Let's just get into Nashville.
I do want to cover one thing about transfer rumors real quick. Calendar. So calendar was called up for the USA Nations Cup, Nations League finals. So there's gonna be 2 matches that'll be the semifinal where USA is playing versus Jamaica, and then the winner of Panama Mexico. So USA will play either in the 3rd place game or the main game. Those 2 matches are 321 and 324, which means DC is probably not at risk. I don't know when they're getting called up. It's probably next week. But the New York Red Bulls 323 game at New York Red Bulls, there's no chance Calendar's there. So Dos
I
Santos
disagree.
You think he goes?
Drake is very clearly the 3rd keeper on this roster.
Yeah, but these are finals matches. This is his chance to really get some more time with Berhalter and co.
Because on it is Turner, Horvath.
Just those 2. He's
Turner,
3.
Horvath, and Calendar.
Yeah, he's number 3 on this now.
I could see a scenario where they say go and play with Inter Miami and then come back to camp.
See, I would if I'm Calendar.
Where are they playing the game? Where are they playing?
They're in the US. It's West Coast though.
Maybe not. I'd like to
if
see
I'm
DeSantis. I'd like to see what he can do.
I'm okay with this. Like at the end of the
Yeah.
day, like I really think give DeSantis a chance.
Mike V
Like
solved it for us.
oh man, he's retired now, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
But just kind of calling out for those not paying attention. Probably for Red Bulls, we're not going to have calendar. I agree with you. I don't think it's a horrible thing. I think give this as, and again, I want to see calendar on the U.S. men's team. I want to see him get his chance. I don't think Turner or Horvath are doing anything in Europe right now. Calendar is getting
Callender's
the
not doing anything here right now.
but he's playing.
He's had
There's
two
a difference.
bad games.
He had a good game yesterday.
No, he didn't.
He
had two saves and he let a goal in.
Yeah,
That's
have you
not
watched?
a good game.
Okay, he's got better games than Turner or Horvath have.
I don't think that's true either, buddy.
No, I don't think Turner's even. Turner's been playing dreadfully. He keeps on getting benched. When he gets a shot, he ruins it. I don't think Horvath is even playing right now.
I think well, we'll see. Who knows? We're not in a U.S. men's national team.
Yeah, but I think the more that Drake can spend time with that group, the more chances.
I don't want him to spend time with that group. I don't want him around Berhalter. That guy's a bum.
I want Drake. If Drake wants to wear the stars and stripes in a professional match, I want him to have that chance. Like if that's something that's on. When I've chatted with him in the past, he seemed interested in it because I was just joking. I said it kind of before. When's your chance? And he had that smile of
he's
it's
accepted
coming.
call-ups. Of course, he wants that. Like he's an American. Like it's not like he's a dual citizen. Like he has an option. Like if he wants to play international, it's U.S. or
There's a guy in the English team. I was reading an article say one of the guys on England like refuses to go get called up. He hates the coach.
Oh, that's Ben White.
Yeah, Ben White refuses. So there are people that refuse to go get the call up. He wants it. So if he wants it,
there's a big difference there because Ben White, if they change the coach, he could walk in and be a starter on that team.
But I'm just saying, if Calendar wants it, I want him to get it, right? I want to support him as a fan.
And I agree with that, but I'm just saying I don't want him around that bum Greg Berhalter.
Well, I don't know who I want coaching that team anymore because most of the American coaches. I just brief interlude. The Philadelphia losing 6-0 did not make me feel great about Jim Curtin.
One game doesn't throw out a man's tactical genius.
You
only do so much with what you got.
Here's the problem: Jim Curtin historically can get you to the semifinal, but he never gets you to past it.
Moving on.
All right, where are we going? I know
Nashville.
we're going over.
Yeah, real quick.
I was right.
Yeah,
I was right.
So I think we were both right in this game. I called the 2-0 going into halftime, but I called 2-0 going into halftime, and then you called the 3-1 scoreline. So it was great. Overall, great game. I think one thing we are both wrong about is the 5-man back line worked, and it looked all right.
It
looked
worked.
pretty good.
I would even go so far to say it worked in spite of Gressel. And this is not, we've discussed that. I want to be clear. I am not knocking Gressel, but he's clearly not a right back. Like he played good.
I think that's fair.
He played well, but a true right back is even going to get us better. And so,
well, yeah. And we know
that's my point.
He's not going to be there.
He's not a true right.
We're trying to find someone.
So I was, my seats are right at the 18-yard line. I'm in 103. I saw a ton of Gressel up close and personal. He was working he looked winded. Both my wife and I thought he actually might have even had a small muscle strain about 20 minutes in. He looked he kind of pulled up. He went a little to the back. But multiple times I saw him just a little out of position. I saw multiple guys get behind him without him. He didn't know it. Like the ball Nashville didn't do great switches like into the 18, but there was guys behind Gressel on multiple occasions where he clearly didn't have any angle or view to see they were back there. They had snuck there. I'm screaming backdoor. Like I'm like, not that he hears me, but I'm trying to throw it out there. He's just not a full-time right back. And that's okay. Because you ever watch Yedlin? Yeah. Yedlin pivots his head every 2 seconds. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? He's looking. Gressel doesn't have that same motion because he's not. And this is where I'm wrong. I'm kind of going back to where I've been wrong for 17 episodes. On the 18th episode, I'm saying Gressel's not a right back.
And I think Mike V makes the point, and this is what I was going to say. is a lot of times what you were seeing is even though it was lined up as a back five, what you would see is Gressel kind of slipped into the midfield. Alba slipped into the midfield.
On true
You
defensive,
probably didn't see it because you didn't have the vantage point. But what you were seeing is there was some movement in and out of the midfield from the
uh,
wing backs.
what I'm that wasn't that because what I was seeing. One of the things in the Orlando, I've noticed this in Orlando, the games we've done great, that back line does a perfect straight line. And I saw it in the Orlando game, he had a perfect 4. In this game, there were moments where I felt really great. I nudged TJ. I'm like, dude, look how great that line is. They are all standing together. They're on the same page. They're working as a team. Like there was absolutely moments where it was a true 5-man line. And that's what I'm saying. When Gressel kind of lost guys, it was still a 5-man line. Because typically what I'm talking about was the ball was on the left side of the field. So he's got guys on the right side trying to slip behind him to make runs. Like they're watching what's the guy's name? The Schaffelberg.
Yeah.
The guy with the hair. He was trying to slip behind him on a regular basis. On multiple occasions, did Nashville just didn't take advantage of it, and so that's where Yedlin, as a true right back, was much better at detecting that motion, being aware of what was happening behind him, and Gressel just isn't. And it's not meant to be a knock on Gressel. Like kind of going back to our last episode, I'm now more and more seeing Gressel as the rotational
Yeah.
10 and the super sub 10. I am excited when we get our new right back, whoever that is. Gressel starts on the bench, and when Messi comes out or Busquets comes out, he can make a difference. And I think that's going to be very exciting when at the 60th minute, we're putting Gressel in. Like we are bringing a whole new level to that match, and it's going to be very scary for opponents.
Yeah, and I think and we'll probably wait to go into detail on this until we sign our right back, but you and I have even kicked around some formational ideas where it is possible to get Gressel on the field in midfield with the midfielders we have and still make a very Tata-esque
Yeah,
formation. So we'll get into that another time, but um
I
yeah,
do have kind of trying to
and
push
that
us.
was clear there.
I do want to say I was absolutely wrong on Nashville trying to pull red cards out of us. I thought Nashville was going to pick on Gomez, not Pedro. Was going to pick on Gomez. They were going to pick on Redondo. I didn't see them doing it, and our team played a very mature match. Like there was jostling and something. And by the way, have you seen the replay of Suarez calling the hand for the handball on himself?
Yeah, and he hit it. Yeah.
He clearly hits it, and he's
He
like,
didn't mean to hit it. Like he saw it hit the other guy's hand. He's like handball, and then he did the handball.
but the
Yeah,
team played a really mature match. There was when you look back at the National 2-2, where there was a lot of emotion. This was a lot more maturity in this match. I think it felt like the
yeah,
team grew up a lot back. But I just had to because remember I was saying like we're gonna get a red card. I'm very concerned about this.
yeah,
I think we had very few yellow cards. Like it was a much cleaner
yeah.
match.
And it wasn't like Redondo looked settled, in my opinion. He looked very confident. He was cool under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I definitely want to point out is like, um, is we did create some moves on the counter.
We did. We
Yeah,
did. You called the counter. You called the
yeah,
counter. We played. We
yeah.
played. We were very aggressive when we
It
got the
was
ball.
nice to see. Well, and it was nice to see because like so many times we break with the ball and then like it just stopped. But like
Yep.
I feel like Suarez now being here, it's like yeah, stop and I'm gonna come after you.
Yep. I got called Kristoff. I thought he played.
Oh god,
I
that
think he played really well. That there was that one
yeah,
I texted you like because I was seeing
yeah,
obviously live. You're on delay. There was that one moment where there was a pass that came through the middle of the box, and there was a guy, a national guy, waiting to just pound it at calendar, and Kristoff got like leaned out, got a foot
it
on it.
almost looked like he like leaned back and then did like a full split.
It
I
was
was like, holy
amazing.
shit!
But it totally deflected the ball and protected. Like I thought he
But
played really well, as a guy who I've not had confidence to play in this 3-5-2, he played great. Like that was the first time I really felt Kristoff could be our regular starter. I haven't felt that way before. I felt a
there
lot better watching that match.
there was a game where those three played in the back five together and they looked decent. And that's what I was referring to last episode where I was like, I feel like they could maybe gel, and like Noah just wasn't the piece for the center backs. And having Kristoff dead center and then
Yep.
having Frere and Toto on each side, like the athleticism there, it really worked well.
Yeah.
So I definitely have to eat crow because I didn't think the 5-man back line would work. And if it works like that, it works. It will look even better with a true right back.
Yes.
And hey, I can admit that I was wrong, and we can.
So
Yeah.
now let me say one thing on this, because there's two more things about this game I want to cover. When we started doing subs, not the Taylor sub, I want to cover that in a second, but the subs that came after, it all fell apart. And it was interesting because I don't know what they showed on the TV, but when Noah Allen goes in, nobody knew what to do. So Allen goes in, he walks up to Alba, and I swear he put a 4 in front of his face, like 4-man back line, blah, blah, blah. Alba starts yelling at Tata. What are we doing? What's going on? So now Tata starts putting up a 5. Like, I absolutely saw these hand signals. Tata's putting up a 5. And now Alba's yelling back at Noah. And I'm watching going, what the fuck is going on? Like, Noah was sitting there getting coached. He was clearly told to do something. He ran out. There's no way a 19-year-old kid runs on and changes the coach's plays. Like, maybe if Alba was being subbed on and Tata told him to do a 4, Alba runs on and goes, guys, we're doing a 5-man back. Like, that could happen. There's no way Noah changed it from so that disconnect. And you saw it. What happened when Noah went on? Immediate defensive breakdowns. You told me he was the first goal that was called offside. He lost his player. I saw that. I agree. He absolutely
lost him for a split second. Yeah.
Yep. The second one got beat. I won't say he lost him, but he got beat. Like, there was clearly not on the same page anymore when we had the subs. I still think so. Two things on subs. I still think that no one seems to know what's going on when we sub. The other piece that bothered me, I know you and I were texting about this. The entire first half, nobody warmed up. So if you look to Nashville was down 2-0, so they're clearly going to start getting stuff going. I am a believer that about 15 minutes into a match, you start warming a few players up. If something goes wrong, you got someone that's not going in completely cold. So if I do get a little bothered, we're not even saying, hey, you know what? Throw a center back, someone a back, some guy, just get them going in case we have to do an emergency sub, and at least someone's going to be able to come in and able to play and not need 10 minutes of on the pitch before they're ready to go. And like, that's again, I just don't think Tata's a good coach because that's a small thing that
that's
maybe it's stylistic, but I just think you get the guys going, get some blood moving.
I don't think that's that important because at most they're doing light work. It's not like they're doing a full warm up like, hey, I'm going to be a sub at that point. And on a warm night in South Florida, they just came out of warm-ups. I'm okay in the first half if nobody's warming up. It's a
stylistic point. Then I just don't like it. All right, let me get to the next thing. The Messi injury. So I'm gonna share what I saw from my viewpoint, which was all of a sudden I looked to my left, and Taylor it's 49 minutes. Taylor is sprinting to Tata. I'm like, what? I texted like, Taylor's going in, like something's going in. Because remember how we had the whole comment, like you don't do subs at certain times, and the 49th minute, you don't do a sub.
No.
And so I see Taylor go sprinting in, and I'm like, something's up because this is clearly an injury, and we're looking at nothing else. And then the board goes up 16-10. I go, holy shit, Messi's coming out. And then I look at Messi's
and I text you, and I was like, maybe Robbie's going in for a Gressel.
Yeah.
Because we had mentioned that he was gassed.
And so then I look at, funny, I'm going to use the phrase Messi's wife, which actually doesn't make sense. Either I got to call it Mrs. Messi or Lionel's wife, because Messi's wife and her last name is Messi actually doesn't work. So, but I look at, or Antonia, right?
Yeah, I think that's her name.
Yeah.
I
look at her, and she was going, what the fuck? She's looking to her friend, like, what's going on? This and that. She sees her husband walking off. Now, he's clearly not under duress, and he got back on the bench. Right? But even
like on the broadcast, they didn't say he was injured. Like, and I didn't see anything from the TV. I didn't see what happened.
You could clearly see her as a woman that's been watching him play his entire professional career. She was confused. I actually was joking with Tracy, my wife. I go, I wonder if she's going to walk out of her box and go into Beckham's box and like go talk to her husband and make sure he's okay, which probably she's not supposed to do that. But like there was clearly something wrong. So I wasn't surprised when Michelle Kaufman comes out today and says or I think it was last night, Tata said that he had I wrote it in the script, overload in the right posterior.
Yeah.
We didn't run. So, I put it in our tweet today. This is not people were speculating this was an injury so he could rest this week and then play for Argentina next. I think this is a real injury. I am also going to say, and I'm going to put this out there, if he's really injured, he better not play for Argentina. Like, I do not want a repeat of last year where he had an injury and then he goes to Argentina, it gets worse. Like, if he's injured, he needs to sit and rest. Like,
so that was a little bit different because the last time he was injured, like he was we saw when he got injured.
Yeah.
Like everybody knew he was injured. This, I don't know. I don't feel like we know anything. And I feel like if it was serious, we would already know.
Even if it's not serious, the man's 36 years old. Like, let the dude rest. The Argentina games are not important. The DC United game not important.
I don't know why he's still playing for Argentina. He's won everything. Like,
I absolutely agree.
I get it for Copa. Like this year, it's in the U.S. You want to do it, fine. But for friendlies and stuff, like it's not like
I agree. And on that same note, if he's injured, can we please not play this dude? Like, let him rest. We're paying him a significant amount of money. Our fans are being bent over and just raped for money. Let's at least see the guy play for the team that's happening for.
Mike V coming with the straight heat.
It's even worse if you knew who my mother-in-law is and what I've gone through to even see. But no, Tata, like, again, Mike V, something was off. He was not pulled out for no reason. Like, if he wasn't going to play at the 45th minute, you rest him. You don't waste a substitution window at the 49th minute to pull out Messi. There's no reason.
Even if you're like, my point is, like, even if you're like, hey, we're gonna fake this and make it look like an injury or whatever, like, Robbie Taylor's not gonna be sprinting. He's gonna already know. Like,
and his wife isn't gonna be sitting going, I don't know what's going on.
No, she might not know. That's fair to say she might not know.
You don't think he would say, hey, honey, I'm gonna come out in the 49th minute. Don't be worried about it. Like, it's like
if he went in at halftime, he's like, hey, I don't want to do this. I don't know.
I'm just saying it all looked, again, from my vantage point, it looked real. And that's like,
I'm not saying it's not real, but like, I kind of felt like it was like, oh, I just kind of felt a little twinge, like, pull me out. We're up 3-0 or whatever we were.
That time was too, and maybe that was it. But even a twinge, like I hate to call myself an athlete, but I've been doing athletic stuff for years, and I've been doing it from my 30s to 40s. When you feel a little something at this age, you tend to think it's probably.
Remember, everyone, all the pies he just said he ate, and he just described himself as an athlete.
Let's remember, in January, I did 48.6 miles in 40 days running. I feel.
On the 4th of July, everyone. He will be at Nathan's in New York.
Branton, I don't want to call you out, but when's the last time you ran a marathon? Because I ran one in January. Just saying.
I didn't describe myself as an athlete.
But I feel like you're calling me out as saying I think I get to say I'm an athlete, more athletic than you at least. I'm gonna get the personal right now.
I'm just gonna say, whatever. That's fine. But I also did.
You're hurting you kind of hurt my feelings with this comment. We're gonna have a little.
Now you know how I feel. When you keep bringing up the other topic.
I brought it up 1.5 times. Maybe twice.
Okay. So, for those who don't know, we've qualified for the quarterfinals. The reason the chat is going crazy about the Rayados and the FC Cincinnati score is we play the winner of that series, which is looking like it's Monterrey.
Mike V's comment. Mike is very athletic. We're playing tennis as a Wii NPC. All right, that's comment of the day so far.
It really is.
Yeah, Monterrey is up 1-0 right now, so they're on aggregate 2-0, and they had an away goal at Cincinnati. I think he meant to say carb loading. Heard of carb loading? Pies are carbs.
He corrected it next.
Carb. Wow, this is a tough crowd tonight.
I love it.
Oh man.
Between Mike V and Joe Kerr, I can't.
Vote for
So
Pedro. He's an athlete.
yeah, he's a pie athlete.
He's a pie athlete. I'm gonna go downstairs and
Instead
I'm
of
gonna go
a
after
pie
this
athlete or
show.
triathlete, you're a pie athlete.
Joe's gonna have a picture before the night's over.
Yes.
I'm gonna go downstairs and cry into a pie when the show's over. I've got 3. We've got key
Joe.
lime, cherry, and apple at home.
We need a picture of Mike on his bike and the wheels are made out of pies.
How about when I'm like a water bottle, but instead it's a piece of pie?
Yeah. There we go.
All right, so Monterey's up 2-0. They've got an away goal.
Yeah.
So actually, I guess it doesn't matter because if Cincinnati ties it right now. If Cincinnati ties it right now, they will still go into extra time because now it's a 1-1 because both will be away goals. So it's Cincinnati's not out of it yet. I'm going to say this. I want Cincinnati to win. Like, I want to win this tournament, and it's a lot easier to go through Cincinnati than Monterey. MLS teams, I do think we have the best team on the continent when we're at our healthiest. Like, if you want to do payrolls and we paid our players like they should be paid, not like they're willing just to play in Miami for free. Yeah. We have a payroll that's the same as a Monterey or same of any of these teams. We don't have a bench like they do, but who cares? You know, it's 2 90-minute games a week apart and you ignore the middle. We can play with these teams. I just would rather not do it. I'd rather go Cincinnati. I don't know if any other MLS teams are still in it. Jesus. Man. Okay, so Mike calling me a cheesehead. One of my employees, one of my team members is from Wisconsin and brought me like 10 pounds of Wisconsin cheese last week. And I've just been eating cheese literally for a week. And it's so freaking good. So I am both a cheesehead and a pie head. I also don't like cheesecake, so it's not the same.
Do you put cheddar cheese on your apple pie?
No, I think it's gross. I've had it.
I've never had it.
Not a fan. I've had it. My friends, my girlfriend's roommate in college, mom, made the best apple pie I've ever had in my life. She thin sliced the apples, soaked them. It was amazing. And then she's go, no, you got to try the cheddar cheese. And I'm like, don't ever serve me this again because your pie is amazing and you ruined it.
Damn.
So, but that was the best. She made the best pie. Here, good. Another person. Do not want to face. No, guys, Monterey is probably one of the toughest teams in this tournament. I want to win the tournament. I want the spot.
You know what we're going to call this game, though, right?
The Cheese Bowl.
The Diego Alonso, Rodolfo Pizarro revenge match. We're going after Monterey for giving us both of those people.
That's a long name for a match.
That's what we're calling it. It's like the Michael Scott Fun Run.
Oh my God, eating the fettuccine Alfredo. We're working those abs of steel. I'm working those abs of abs of pie.
Mike V, shut up. He's an athlete.
You know, anyone wants to go for a run, I will go for a run with anyone here.
Pie all over you.
You know, okay, so I'm gonna go totally off topic. I am an Ironman triathlete. I have done an Ironman.
He is. I joke because
and so during an Ironman, it's for the best people in the world. You do it in 7.5 hours to do 140 per 60 miles. For us normal people, like 12 hours, 13 hours. I did not. Then 12 and a half. It's a lot. So you're eating and drinking the whole race. Like, it's part of training is learning how to eat. And there was a guy named Mike Allen. I think his name is Mike Allen. One of the best triathletes America's ever produced. Part of his training was he'd go out and run. He'd go out for a bike ride for like 4 hours straight, go home and eat nachos, big cheesy nachos, and then go run 10 miles. Because he was trying to force himself to learn how to not puke it all up, be able to eat all that, and then keep on going. So just
that's what you're doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm training. Yeah, this is training.
I'm sorry, Mike.
You're taking this away from me. Can we ban Mike V from our shows? Like, are we allowed to do that? This show, on fire today. This show has been all over the goddamn place tonight. And
I love it.
It didn't help that I had 2 quad espresso martinis before we got on here and a rum and coke. So you all right there? It's gonna get better because we're into DC United, and I'm gonna pull battered herons when we talk about this. So because they'd like to do something, I'm gonna bring it up.
We do
All right,
have
so
to talk about DC United.
so we're playing
that is
DC
our
United.
next game.
Yeah, 2:00 Saturday. We're at DC. DC 1 win, 2 ties. They've. Oh, I have to throw this out there. You know they played. Do you know they went to DC United went to Saudi Arabia? I didn't know this.
Their fans were pissed.
Yeah, they went to Saudi Arabia.
They were pissed. They boycotted. I think they boycotted or something the first game.
Oh, I do remember hearing about that.
Yeah, they were pissed about it because it's not like it's not that they did like a world tour. They just stayed in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. They lost to Al Hilal 3-1. We at least scored 3 goals and still lost. They also played FC Dallas. Like their offseason looked a little bit like ours. I was just kind of doing the research. I'm like, oh, that's weird. They've got Chris McVeigh, not a huge threat, though. I always get worried. We have a history of ex-Inter Miami players injuring current Inter Miami players. So
Chris McVeigh's not that guy.
I hope not.
He's not.
Okay, Mike V, the Subway with the foot-long chocolate cookies. I heard it wasn't that good, but they have a foot-long churro. That sounds effing delicious that I do want to try. I think with my stomach. It's just who I am. Benteke, am I pronouncing that right? Benteke?
Yeah, Benteke.
Benteke has been their star of the season so far. I know this because battered herons thing. He's gotten 2 FIFA Team of the Week cards so far. So he's playing really well. When you're getting there's only been, I think, 3 MLS Team of the Week. 2 have been Benteke, and 1 has been Messi. So listen, the guy's playing good when he's got FIFA Team of the Week cards.
Benteke also has that international pull, like the dude.
I don't care. I'm just saying, like, he's got 2 of them. Messi's only got 1 so far. So they've got someone good when FIFA FC 24 is. It's not FIFA anymore. FC 24 is really telling us that. That's about as much research as I did on them ahead of time.
And so, like, unfortunately, I went further. DC United is all their attack. The rest of the team is not good. I project them to be like towards the bottom of the East. They did. All the experts have them between like 12th and 14th.
I will say tying Cincinnati at home, which was their most recent game, is not an insignificant result. Just throwing that out there.
Stop looking.
I'm totally gonna block Mike V soon. I don't think it's an and they went to Portland and tied 2-2. Say what you want about Neville, but he's sitting on 7 points and top of the West. And at the moment, 3 games out of a 34-game season, so we're not even 10% of the winning season yet. Looking like a pretty good team. They're looking decent. I think I could see why experts are saying 12, but right now, via results, 3 games in, so sample size is less than preseason. They look like a decent opponent, and we are not going to go at full strength.
I expect us to go close.
Partially rotated.
Close. Yeah, partially rotated. Like, I don't think we see Gressel in this game.
He needs a rest. Gressel hands down needs a rest.
I think we probably see Ruiz come in at right back.
Messi's not going to play. We know that.
Messi won't play. Suarez, I think we probably see Suarez play. I think we see Alba play.
I could see us start out with the Taylor
Campana. Taylor. I could see that, but I think Suarez plays at some point tomorrow. Saturday.
I'd really like to see Gressel come off the bench into the 10 position at some point in this game. Like, if there's one thing I want in this game, I'm not really worried about points, but I'd love to see Campana and Gressel competitively on the pitch together. I
getting the crosses into them.
And again, like, this is still struggling to say nice things about fucking A.
I stopped looking at it.
Yeah, but this is Kampai. That's the best one yet. Kampai. So I want to see him and Gressel play. I think that would be exciting. And him coming in a center mid or a 10 type role. Yeah. I'd like to see that. I don't want him seeing the whole game. That man needs some rest. He looked tired. I still think he picked up something, a
I'd
little bit
like
of
to
injury.
see. I'd like to see him rested. Honestly, give him the game off. He's put in some good shifts for us.
Yeah.
Um, but again, going back to DC United, like it really is about stopping the front two. If we can stop the front two, we can hold them scoreless. Um, but the other thing is DC United's defense has not seen an offense like us.
No.
Even our B team offense, if we could bring out the same squad against them that we did Montreal, and I think we still win the game. Like
I also
I
want to throw out,
don't
it
think
is a
it's gonna be a problem.
full, and this is horrible to say because no other team has to say this. We get a whole week between matches this week,
Yeah.
and that's a lot of rest. So I do think Suarez can play
Mm,
decent minutes in this game, at least 30 minutes. I don't think he has to come in last second. Alba can play decent minutes. Busquets. So this goes back to, I don't think it'll be a fully rotated squad. I think you got to rest Gressel. I really do think that.
yeah,
Obviously Messi's not going to play. So like 8 of 10 or 8 of 11, I think we're going to see
yeah, I
something's
think
around there.
so. I think this won't quite be as rotated as Montreal. I think this is probably our A minus squad, B plus squad.
Yeah.
And I expect us to handle this easily. I think a 2-0 win is probably where we're at.
I'm going to go 2-2 draw.
Mm,
Yeah, I'm going to throw it out there. I think DC's at home. I think they're going to try to make a statement. I think we're not into this game. We're coming off a huge win 48 hours before.
So I'm gonna play you, and I think the players know that we need to pick up points. We drop points with Montreal with a lower the table team like DC is projected to be, and they definitely don't have the top end talent that we do. This needs to be a win. It should be a win.
I can't disagree with myself. I've said these kind of things before. I just think subconsciously, with so little time between matches, the energy's not going to be there. I think we come out flat.
Mm,
I think similar. Who's the game we got? I think it was the first Nashville game. We came out flat. We got scored on early. We chased the game. We're not going to lose. I'm not predicting a loss, but I think we end up in somehow chasing this game a little bit. And there is some late game heroics, probably by Suarez, if I had to guess.
yeah,
And that's where I'm going to go draw. Like, I just think we come out flat. I get your point, and the team knows they need points, but just because you know it, sometimes it doesn't change the fact that you come out a little flat. And
no,
historically, when this team comes out flat, it's not a good thing. We don't tend to survive
yeah,
flatness. Like, some teams are okay. They come out flat, but they can weather the storm and not give up points. They don't score, but they don't give up points. Historically, when we come out flat, we do give up points.
yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not expecting us to have much trouble with this. I think Suarez is looking forward to going up against his former Liver. I think they were teammates at Liverpool, Benteke and him.
I mean,
So
Suarez, like, I know you're a Suarez guy, right? And you had high hopes for
mm,
him. But
wait till you see what I got coming for behind me.
did you think he was going to be a true Golden Boot competitor this year? Because he's going to be.
Did I not say when we announced Suarez? I said he automatically comes in and he is a top 3 striker in this league. So yes, I
But
did think he could be a Golden Boot.
after the summer practice, the off season practices, like, there was
I know
questions.
Suarez, man. I
All right.
know what he's capable of when he can play.
I know you're
If
not
he
a Taylor
came
Twellman that didn't believe
if
anything,
his
but
if he came out and like, his knees were completely shot, like and I refuted that from Brazil. I was like, that was just him trying to get out of that contract so that he could come here sooner. Like there is there is very few people outside of him and Stevie G that have made me fall in love with the way football is played. And I believe in Suarez like nothing. Like I know he's gonna do fine. But you do have to have a little bit of concern. Like he's older. Is he still got it? But you know, he's clearly I I undersold him as top 3 striker in the league. He's probably better than that. He might be the best we got in MLS.
I'm trying to share something on my screen right now, and I'm hoping I can do this. Hold on. Joe has made it.
Made me look
Joe
like an
has
idiot.
Joe has made an image of me that needs to be shared, and I'm working how to do this right now.
Where is it?
He just texted it to you, to me and you.
All right, hold on. Man, now I'm giddy.
I'm working on it. And we don't have a lot of. Mike V might be the only one that sees this live.
He didn't send it to me.
Window here.
You.
Let me put it on. I just did it. If you just share that screen, it's on the board. You don't
I
see
don't
it?
see it anywhere.
There.
That is our thumbnail. I am changing the thumbnail.
My fat ass doing a marathon with pies in hand. Actually, I think that was.
That is awesome.
I forget what race that is.
Oh, the Iron Man.
The Iron Man. All right, so last thing for our listeners, because we're way over time.
Yeah,
we're currently showing. We're down to like one live viewer. People have given up on us. So one last announcement. I can tell you Branton will not be at this game, but our Leagues Cup home game will be July 27th. So for those of you who hate the US Open Cup and want to support this travesty of a tournament, or those of you like me who just want to go to the stadium no matter what, July 27th will be the game. Again, we've been told that we will get right of first refusal on that. I'm taking that with a grain of salt, but we'll see what happens. But yes, that was fun. That was what we learned today. Hold on. What is in my pocket? I'm being asked. Where's the I need the picture again. Gloves.
Oh yeah, that was a cold weekend when
there's you can't see I've got a hat on. I had like gloves in a winter because that race
in that
January.
Weekend he ran like 50 miles.
Yeah, I ran a lot.
The course of 3 days. It was insane.
Cup of milk. Okay.
Oh, and on that note.
Yeah,
all
no,
right,
I
think
guys,
we went way
end
over today. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you, Joe and Mike V, for sticking around because I think it's just you guys left. We appreciate you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. Please share with your friends so we can get the news out there. And yeah, we'll be back probably Monday or Tuesday after the DC game. And yeah, anything else, Mike?
Just we're filming at 11:23. Got 37 more minutes to celebrate Pie Day. And as I told my wife, Pie Day is a year-round festivity. So keep on eating that pie and loving it. Messi eats pie, people. Messi eats pie.